So we play Oxford away from home. Let's see how we do today. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when video go live. So Sheffield Wednesday haven't had a good play when we played at Oxford. We've always been pretty damn poor. Not won there. I think we've only played there twice, but we need to really start to look at how we play today, because I think there's a chance of getting some really good points here if we can play well. Now, we know our away form is really good and how it is, and Oxford form at the minute is not great. So they go with Cumming, Brown, Moore, Brannigan, Elmuzi, Dale, Guggen, Rodriguez, Lee, Tosa, and Scarlett. Ingman, Long, Volks is on the bench. McCracklin, Pachetta, Harris, Phillips, and Travister and Edwards are their bench. So Wednesday, they go with Beadle, Valerie, Bernard, Matt Lowe, Johnson, Gassama, Shay Charles, Bannon, Winder, Smith, and Jamal Lowe. Is this going to be a little bit of hitting it up top and hoping for the best? Are we going to see a little bit more than that, though? But let's see. Hopefully, Sheffield Wednesday can do well today and try and get all 3 points away from home. We are good away from home, but we're just going to have to step up, turn up, and hopefully get those points in the bag and get back to Hillsborough ready to start for another week, or where we got a week of training and then we'll play Stoke. But let's get this game over the line first and hopefully get 3 points. But they're a good home team, 16 points at home, but they haven't got a good record in general at the minute. So let's see. What does this Wednesday team have to do to not go a goal behind? But a lot of this game in the first half was us making a lot of our own issues. We made a lot of our own problems going forward, them going forward and just giving the ball away in silly positions. And you're thinking, let's try and get a bit further forward. Let's try and move it. But we give the ball away. Really good chance by Scarlett. Scarlett should have had at least 2 for Oxford today, and there've been some really good saves by Beadle. Beadle has had to bail us out a lot, but he also caught us into trouble as well. Valerie, I've got to talk about Valerie again because it's just irritating me now, because he loses the ball way too often, and I don't know why he does it. I don't know why the ball is not sticking or where it is. He's always pointing for someone else. The goal they scored, we completely switch off. It's a lovely little chip ball in. We're looking for offside and he doesn't get it, so everyone just stays still, especially Bernard. But they're thinking, can we get back into it? And we start playing good football again, knocking it around well, trying to get it to the right people. It's a very stop start game as well. But Josh Winder from a corner, ball comes in, sticks his leg out to it to volley it, makes it 1-1, and we go back for it again. Then Smith had gone forward to try and get something. Smith did have the ball in the back of the net 10 minutes in, but that was offside, so it didn't count, obviously. But it's been one of those things where we've been trying to get the ball moving, but whenever we have moved the ball forward, we've made the silly mistake. We've either given the ball away to them and they got straight on a counter. That counter they do is deadly, and we have to be a lot more alive and careful to it, because we're not being. Right now, we're being really, really caught by it. And if we're not careful, it will caught us completely out. Johnson had an excellent ball into Smith, and all it needed was a toe poke. There was a really good run on by Charles, and he couldn't get the right contact as well. There've been chances for us, but nothing been clear cut. Nothing been really easy for us to make. If we have done something, it's been via their mistake and us trying to pounce on it. And very similar to them, they pounced on our mistake. They could go either way. It's a very back and forth game. It's been a good game in terms of that, but very stop-start at the same time, because lots of little foul. But we are making so many mistakes in that first half. They probably should have 2 or 3 goals and be better than where they are right now. But at the moment, we are 1-1, and we need to step it up and really push on, because if we don't push on, they could get all 3 points here today. And we want to keep that away form going. We also want to make sure we can just try and claw something back, because I don't think we've been bad. But again, we have to stop this conceding first to get into games, it's not going to help. We might as well just give them 1-0 at the start of the game and then let them park the bus and go from there, because that's the only way we seem to get into games these days. If we're already 1-0 down, it has to stop. Something Danny has to work on with this team. We have to stop conceding the first goal before we start playing any kind of decent football, and the urgency we need, it needs to stop. And I don't know how Danny's going to get that through the players, because that's a mental thing. But at the end of the day, we are 1-1, thankfully. We need to push on a lot more in that second half, and maybe you bring definitely bring Valentin on for Valerie at half time, because I don't think Valerie's cutting it. Even when he's attacking, he's giving the ball away. I got warned by John, the Birmingham City fan, and stuff like that, but it's not working. He loses the ball way too often for me. So, in the second half, he kept it the same. I thought he would change it a little bit, but he managed to get some good bit going. Now, we just needed to control it a little bit. Lowe plays a really good forward. Great ball, and Beadle just has to kind of get it there. And I'm on about Max Lowe there, not Jamal Lowe. They get a throw in, and we need to move the ball a little bit quicker. We're doing okay. Really, really good play, and we're just trying to see if we can figure out a way forward here. But really good work going forward. I think it was Valerie with the ball. And it's an excellent ball. Good knockdown by Smith. Smith gets it to Jamal Lowe, gets a little bit of luck, makes it 2-1. And you're thinking, brilliant. That is just what we needed. 2-1 to get it all sorted. And we're just looking to try and see the game out now and see what we can do. Jamal Lowe and Windass go off pole. Valentin and Masaba come on. Now, Windass is fuming with coming off. But I think that's just the case. He likes to really stay on the pitch as much as humanly possible. You like to see that. But then, talking about Gassama, what a goal. Great touch by Michael Smith. And it's a lovely volley just on the edge of the box. It's low, curving, and it just goes in bottom corner. What a goal. Absolutely stunning goal for us to get to 3-1. Now, Gassama comes off, Valerie off, Ingleson and Iorfa come on. Ingleson's had some really good play as well. Really knocked it around, had a good chance himself, tried to do really well, keeps it in the corner to try and keep it, to run the clock down near the end. Ugbo comes on Smith, has a good little chance. Masaba just go wide when Ugbo gets it to him. But apart from that, really good second half though to kill the game off. That's the thing, is we killed that game off. The only criticism about today's game was sometimes our play leaded to us giving the ball away too often. And against better teams, they would have punished us a little bit more. And they nearly did. They had some excellent little bits of play at times. And Beadle had to pull off some really good saves today to keep us in this game. He's starting to do that a lot recently. But we do win 3-1, which is fantastic. That's what we needed. We needed that win to just do it again. And again, we've now broken another record. That 10 away wins in a calendar year. A record that's not been beaten since 2006. We need to get that home form sorted. We are on 29 points now. We're in 9th place, right? Now, here's the thing for me. Danny spoke about little goals. Like, let's get to 30 points. Let's get to 50 points as fast as possible. Right. Mid-table, right now, really good. Like that. The next game is going to be against Stoke at home, so we need to bring this same energy, but we got to stop this having to concede from when we go behind. If we can try and fix that, it would be fantastic. But Sheffield Wednesday do indeed get all 3 points away, and it's fantastic. Great to get it all 3 points. Really good play. Gassama, goal of the best goal out of all of them. Really, really good play. I thought Michael Smith absolutely deserved the goal today and we're very unlucky not to get one. Game today that has happened as well, so we'll just quickly go through it. Derby won 4-0 versus Pompey on Friday night. 2-1 to Coventry City versus Hull. 1-1 versus Bristol City QPR. 1-1 versus Leeds. Preston Leeds having to get it right at the very death. 2-0 to Sheffield United versus Plymouth Argyle. Very long trip home back to Plymouth for them, so I hope they are okay. 3-1 winner for Wednesday. 1-0 for Middlesbrough versus Millwall in the last game in charge for Neil Harris. 3-2 winner for Sunderland versus Swansea. They had to come from behind for that. 2-0 versus Blackburn Rovers versus Luton Town. They also went a man down. Watford West Brom tomorrow. Norwich Burnley tomorrow. And it ended 2-2, Stoke City and Cardiff City. So, that leaves us in 9th place. Stoke next game. Got a full week of training, which is good. But all 3 points on the road. Absolutely fantastic. Get in.